Today we are going to discuss the topic of Nature Week. But first I would like to introduce the three candidates that are here today. I would like to introduce myself, which is candidate A, and next to me is candidate C, and next to me is candidate D. Alright, so as we know, the Nature Society is going to organize a Nature Week, and there should be one activity that is going to be decided to be held for that week. So in my opinion, the activity that we should organize that week is a tree planting activity. I think this is the best activity because it is very easy and very fun to do, and we don't have to stress too much over organizing it. So this particular activity can be very educational to the younger generations and the beginners who haven't involved themselves in these sort of activities, such as students, and these can open their hearts and minds to the importance of preserving and protecting nature. So we can, through this activity, we can do this by making the first step, which is planting new trees. So generally, trees are never bad for the environment. They're considered the main source of life on Earth. So why is that? It's because trees provide numerous environmental benefits. To further explain, trees undergo photosynthesis, which result in the production of oxygen, which is very essential for us human beings, which need oxygen to breathe. They're also an important source of food and water. So next is they can improve the quality of the air around us by filtering out pollutants in the surroundings. On the other hand, many wildlife depend on trees for shelter. For most animals, trees are considered their habitat and their home. So furthermore, they also can reduce global warming and overcome the high amount of carbon dioxide gas around us. Lastly, trees just make life more nicer. We can all agree that a green and lush scenery can be very relaxing and can help us reduce stress. I think without realizing it, trees are a very crucial asset to our community. There's nothing wrong with adding a few more to beautify the world. So to conclude all this, I believe that the tree planting activity is the best activity to organize. By organizing this event, we can not only gain more knowledge about tree planting, but we can also experience working together with other people. So to conclude all this, I would like to give the stage to candidate C.
Opinion, like the best activity for the week is camping. Organize a camping trip to a forest reserve. For me, camping trip will give lot of benefits to the students who attend it. Right. The first benefit we can get by attending this camping is we can get a lot of knowledge by in a lot of aspects, such as knowledge in survival, right? And then the next one is we can gain new skills by learning how to set up a tent. Right? By attending this camping trip, I also believe that we can expose more. We can expose to the nature more. And then when we expose to nature more, I believe that we can fall in love with the nature. Alright. And then camping trip also usually involving a lot of people. And then usually the students will divide it into a few groups, and then we'll work together to do an activity such as jungle trekking, explorers, and more. Alright. By working in team, by working in team, we can getting know the people in our team and also increase our communication skills. Alright, and there's so many examples of activities we can do during camping, such as jungle trekking, flying fox, explorers, orienteering, and I believe it all will give benefit to the future in case if there's emergency, if we lost in the forest or whatever. I think we will be use all the techniques that we learn there, right? And alright, in my opinion, I don't think so. Like the participating in activity is the best, because usually like we need a lot of cost to planting the tree. Like we need to buy the tree, right?
Yeah. Sorry, no. No. I think that problem can be overcome by us raising a fundraising event to raise fund to buy all the supply. So I don't think that you can disagree with me.
Finish to the participant team.
Thank you, participant C. But for me, I believe that holding an event for recycling would be the best out of all the other events. Since the world population is increasing day by day and not eventually decreasing, this results in more waste being produced by us. People produce a lot of trash weekly, and this causes global warming and pollution. How it causes pollution or global warming is that the trash that we throw out, it fills the landfill sites, and the waste can produce toxic materials and substances that is released into the environment. This can affect the surrounding areas and also the people, like us. So to begin with, the meaning of recycling is that we turn the used materials, which are labeled recyclable, over to our local waste facility designated in a disposable container, so they can be taken and reused as materials for new purposes. This way, we can help reduce the waste. Another idea is that after we use materials, like after we finish our water from water bottles, we could use these bottles to make like containers to hold our stationaries, and yeah. And in addition, natural resources are limited, so we have to take into account that we have to conserve and recycle and reuse materials as much as possible, so they don't like, run out. Yeah. So future generations wouldn't have to suffer later and clean up the mess we did. Yeah. And also, I believe candidates see that the event for holding
The adventurous activities.
I believe that it's actually dangerous for maybe students to do it. Like, what if they have problems and to actually like help problems? What about for them?
I think like for the students who having serious problem like heart problem or whatever, usually will be excused from doing the activities. And then for me, like about being risked into doing these activities depends on the students self. Like the students should be careful, and usually there's also workers who you're usually in charge, taking in charge doing the activities.
I would like to interrupt and say that my activity is still the best because there's no risk. There's just trees are safe. Thank you, candidate D, candidate C, and also thank you to myself for being here today to discuss the activities that can be held for Nature Week. So thank you. And thank you.